On tonight's Media Virus, Trump's campaign knew they would need a hose to put out that dumpster fire. Biden's victory celebration causes a run on blunt wraps and rap snacks. And Alex Trebek and Sean Connery play Final Jeopardy! The Media Virus Podcast. Starring Matty Rockdef.
I had no, but I was, I kind of wanted to, and I
Professor Mike Litoris.
There's a fancy doctoring word, butt crack.
With special appearances by Some Other Dude, That Guy, and Some Chick.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
I've smelled shit, and I don't like it. I mean, I know everything there is to know about my dick.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So anyway.
Jesus Christ. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the relaunch of the Media Virus. Let me introduce the guy who is doing all the heavy lifting, Professor Mike Litoris.
And professionally dropping every bit of it.
We're gonna cut most of that out. I figured what that's gonna be is Friday's video is all those fuck ups.
Okay.
That's kind of like where I'm, because I need ideas.
Yeah.
Because my, this is one of a string. Like my commitment to my YouTube channel is, a video a day.
You can sit down and do the news and put the bloopers up over your shoulder and talk about what a dick I am.
I would never do. Just the fact that you've cut that much audio in this much time is, it's pretty incredible.
I try.
It's pretty awesome. Dude, so much has changed since I wrote those stupid jokes.
Okay.
Not changed, but just like it's old news. It's old hat.
Yep.
But
that was only yesterday.
Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And what? Trebek died Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to stay within the week. Connery's been dead, but that's. But just it struck me, and then I saw somebody posted that SNL skit.
The Celebrity Jeopardy one.
Celebrity Jeopardy, and it's Sean Connery versus Alex Trebek is trying to keep it. I mean, absolutely terrific. The only thing better than that on that Jeopardy is Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Turd Ferguson.
Yeah.
So on this show, I'll be referencing Norm Macdonald a lot.
Okay.
I'll be referencing, Bill Burr, but mostly Norm Macdonald, probably Adam Carolla.
I've always liked Norm.
Norm's one of my favorites, and he had a show called Norm Macdonald Does a Podcast.
Did he?
And then it became Norm Macdonald Has a Show on Netflix. It was on for a while. I don't know if it's still there.
I don't remember seeing those.
But about the Four Seasons landscaping.
Oh yeah.
They've started selling shirts.
That's awesome. By the way,
one of the slogans is "Make America Rake Again."
That's beautiful. So go ahead.
And the other one is Lawn and Order.
Lawn and Order. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty. Always been a fan of that show.
Well, their sounder could be two pulls on a weed whacker.
Like ours was the toilet seat.
Right.
For a project we're not talking about. Yeah, so, and I don't know about rap snacks. I didn't hear anything about that, but I heard there was a like the Biden campaign the celebration, I guess in D.C. You couldn't buy champagne or blunt wraps was in the report that I had heard.
Wow.
So, but I would imagine rap snacks are delicious.
I've heard things. I've never actually tried them myself. I find them a little offensive.
Was some other dude able to make it in today?
Some other dude, are you with us?
Okay, I was wondering, how did you, what did you think about the election? Oh, so Were you able to find blunt wraps or wrap snacks? Oh, okay. Some chick is some chick with us?
Some chick. Yeah, she's on line.
No,
she's on line 3.
I thought she was taking a shit.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
Oh, she's
Yep, line 3.
As long as we have a buzzkill, everything's fine.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
I can't wait till we can get these lines in real life.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
Right? And okay. So yeah, lawn in order.
Yeah, I actually saw an interview and read it online the other day. They interviewed the guy who owns Paradise Island, which is the porn shop that's on the other side of the Four Seasons landscaping.
Now, Four Seasons landscaping is bookended, right?
Well, there's a crematorium across the street.
Right.
And then a couple doors down on one end is the porn shop, Paradise Island. And I can't remember. There was something silly on the other side. I can't remember. But it's an industrial area, so it's not like Grandma Moses lives next door. There's a bunch of the neighbors are other businesses, and some of them are interesting, and some of them not so much. But I saw an interview with the guy from Paradise Island who admittedly named the business himself when he was in high school. His dad was going to open it up and needed a name, and he said, "Hey, Dad, why don't you call it Paradise Island?" And it stuck. That was some of the brilliant information in that article that I read.
Was that a CNN report?
No, it was some random Philly, like they have the local web news kind of stuff that goes on, and somebody apparently has a website and interviewed him, and it kind of went viral.
The way my camera's laying, I feel like I'm in a sinking ship. I'm not going to bother fixing it. If I do anything, I'll fix it. Who gives a shit? Does anybody care? I was trying to get a background, and I hung a green screen behind me.
I saw
so
that.
I get a nice crisp background. And
I like how you ironed it and took special care to make sure there were no wrinkles.
No, I just stapled it to the walls. Because I did the green screen in the studio, so I just snuck this thing home. I'll take it back. I'll take it back. But and I was going to have this whole background thing, and then I couldn't. This phone, and I couldn't figure it out. So I just But I like to stick to a timetable, so that's
okay. And then I came along.
Well, I stuck to my timetable, so that's fine. Speaking of I was in the office today, and Bill, the staff writer.
Oh yeah, staff writer Bill.
Staff writer Bill. That's right. He's the one that came to us with the idea. He was trying to pitch a piece where we bring on an advocate for reverse gay conversion therapy.
Right.
And part of his pitch was, everybody's had the thought.
Have they though?
Everyone's had the thought that if I could just get past that mental block of sucking one dick, then I could suck all kinds of dicks.
Really though? Is that the way it works?
I know I said I wasn't going to try and fix it, but this is a great setup. I have a oh, now I did it. High quality entertainment right now. See, I should have fucking listened to myself.
Why would you listen to yourself?
All right, fuck it. Anyway, so, everyone's had it. If you could, but that was the reward for getting past that mental block.
Sure.
Of not being able to suck one dick, is once you've sucked one dick,
I guess
you could suck all kinds of dick.
Well, I mean, you suck one dick, you're a cocksucker for life.
Well, I mean, I suppose, but everyone has had. So this is where he comes up. He's pitching me today, ideas for what to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you familiar with TikTok?
I'm familiar with the concept. I know that there's the app out there. I do not have TikTok. I've seen TikTok videos.
the way TikTok kind of works once you open it up. There's two things you can go to if you're just going to look at videos.
Right.
One of them is called a For You page. Now, the For You page, what they do is they, by the algorithms of what you've liked and what you've, who you followed and things like that, they will, give you, they'll show you stuff.
Right.
Based upon that algorithm. So a lot of people will say, oh, TikTok is just 13-year-old girls. Like, well, if you go look at 13-year-old girls, that's what you're going to see. Right?
Sure.
Like, my TikTok's full of basically people riddled with ADD. It's slipping. You son of a bitch. Look at it go. Look.
Oh, yeah. You got a nice angle. You got a good angle, though, right now.
It's like, fuck.
Well, when Zoom cuts us off and I have to send you another meeting request, you can fix it.
Yeah, well.
Because that's going to happen in about 6 minutes or so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so what we should do
is start over.
We'll finish. Let's finish this bit, and then whatever's left, just shut it down and start a new thing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, he comes up to me and he goes, well, you should start talking about, Nico. Neko.
And
well, yeah, Neko.
N is in Nancy?
Yes.
Okay.
Nico. So I go, all right, what's Nico?
That's kind of where I am.
Right. And he goes, cat girls on the internet. I'm like, what?
Okay.
He's like, yeah, like women pretending to be cats in a like over sexualized, way.
Okay.
And I'm like, are they sexualized, or is that how you're interpreting them? He goes, no. He starts showing me these pictures and these TikToks of girls dressed up like cats and acting like cats and snuggling and purring and I'm not saying it was sexualized, but if a woman were trying to seduce me in such a manner, it might work.
Okay.
It might, right? So then he goes into, how you can, and one of the things he says to me, now these are all like young girls and stuff, and he's like, and I'm trying to like, so I'm talking to him and I'm kind of digging in, and I'm like, well, he's like, I don't really, follow them. I guess when I see them, I'm so amazed at the stupidity of what I'm seeing.
Uh-huh.
All right, like because he's such an intellectual.
Right. I figured.
Yeah, right. He's a staff writer on a comedy podcast and gets paid nothing.
Right.
So, so he goes. So the thing he says is, man, I can't get Nico. I can't get Nico girls off of my For You page. And so he's not like. He's almost embarrassed that like this is on his
well,
page.
At some point, a significant other may see his For You
no significant
page.
other right now. I mean, but
he's golden.
No, right. But here's the thing. So he's really defensive about these really like kind of sexy girls, dressed up like a cat. I'm like, they're sexy. It's
Yeah.
He's defensive about that. But if he could just get past the mental block of sucking one dick.
Why can't he get past the mental block? Well, I mean, honestly, if he could just get past fucking that one cat.
Right. Just. I mean, once you fuck one cat, you can fuck all kinds of cats.
There's all kinds of pussy out.
Yeah, I mean, your options open up. Like, if you could just get past, fucking one corpse, it's wide open from there. It's wide.
Yeah.
You just go to a cemetery, dig one up.
Nothing like cracking open a cold one.
That's right. Law and order. The only other thing I have next to that. Oh no, wait. So I was the bill thing. So I can't get Nico out of my For You page. Is what he fucking says to me. So then like, but he's embarrassed about it. And then he goes on this tirade of other topics that we should touch on. And there's Nico, and there's waifu. It's an anime. It's over sexualized anime.
Okay.
He thinks we should talk about that.
Okay.
And then the term otherkin.
Otherkin?
The term otherkin is a trans person that is trans species.
Oh.
That's apparently a thing. They're trans species, not just sexual. But
like a whole different species.
Right, and I'm like, that really feels like that ties into the whole Nico thing. You know?
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, you know, my friend, like, why I keep bringing it up is my friend makes jokes about being neutra. Neutrois. Neutral.
They neutraled my dog.
No, but that's, yeah, exactly. No gender. They identify as having no gender at all.
Okay.
Right. So, and then he goes, and bronies. You should talk about bronies.
Well, bronies, they're kind of funny. I know what a brony is.
Like a middle-aged, like a guy like our age, like into My Little Pony.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's funny there.
Yeah, there's definitely funny there.
There's funny there. And then I was like, I really feel, Bill, like this is just a deep masturbation hole that you went down. We went from Nico to Wofu to Otherkin to Neutros to Bronies. And then he's like, no. But you know what else you should talk about? It's a concept called an oil change, and it's real.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I get my oil changed every 10,000 miles, whether it needs it or not. You know? And he goes, no. You know what an oil change is? And I'm like, what? Do I know it? He goes, it's when you're going to take a drug test, right?
Right.
And you're going to take this drug test. So you take someone's clean pee. And you inject it back up into your bladder.
Oh, you use a catheter and you fill your bladder.
You fill your own bladder.
And
he goes, I think these are definitely real. And I'm like, I don't know what you do when the lights go out. But
yeah.
I'm glad you're on my side. I don't know. So
look, I like to get high as much as the next guy.
Don't we all?
But I'm not invested enough that I'm doing that ever. Sorry. It's just not going to happen. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Well, and like how are all these changing laws going to affect things? Like, is Jersey going to be able to test your, like, are you going to, if you test, you piss hot, you can't get the words out. If you piss hot in Jersey, does that disqualify you from getting a job? Since now it's
possibly, because that's in some cases that's a company rule. So, you know,
no, that's
their rules are their rules.
I guarantee you'll get a lawsuit from the American, based on the Americans with Disabilities.
And you will at some point. I mean, if as long as it's not somebody who's going for recreational use that's on the lawsuit, they'll be fine. That's where your problems are going to come in, because for recreational use, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, you know, a lot of the hospital systems test their people for tobacco, and if you've got nicotine in your system, have a nice life. You can't work here. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anything that's connected to federal funding is still going to be a problem. Like construction industry, for example, anything over $100,000 is considered, you know, a public work job that's valued more than $100,000 is, they have to do, by federal law, they have to do drug testing. They have to have a drug program. And
that doesn't make sense, because you're going to get a lot more done with meth heads.
You would think, but it's. I mean, that's the way it is.
I mean, they're going to steal the sign and scrap it when they're done if you don't pay them enough.
But the way that the federal rules are written, if there's a public works contract and it's worth more than $100,000, sorry, everybody's got to be piss tested every 60 days and randomly.
So, any of these topics gather your interest? The Rico, Wafu, Otherkin, do any of those apply to you?
No.
Okay.
It just, I would actually have to do research to talk about those things. But it sounds like you got a real interesting staff writer in Bill.
He did. He pitched this idea, and I think this would be a funny bit.
Okay.
He's like, he comes in and goes, 50 first dates in the White House. That's all he says. I'm like, it's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Fucking genius. Like every morning they have to play a fucking videotape for him. Like, you're the president of the United States. So we got to work on that. That's like Bill gives me gold. How much gold? I do 20 minutes on Bill.
Hey.
How much gold?
Well, I think since that's his idea, we should assign him to start collecting the Biden clips to make the 50 first dates in the White House. I mean, if we can start him now. Maybe not now. Should we start on Inauguration Day? Give him some run up time, or should we have him?
I think we should just construct the tape and every week just play it for him. That's what we'll do. We'll construct you're the president of the United States, and get his victory speech.
Okay. Well,
it'll be.
I think staff writer Bill has to collect the clip every week, and we have to, and we'll be tasked with making it funny.
That's more of a producer's job than a writer.
But
Bill's lazy. He said he comes in and says like it won't get done. And
okay. Well, we're gonna need a producer then.
Yeah. Like a better one than either you or me.
Right. Somebody who can actually, commit to getting this clip every week so that you and I can be funny with it.
Right. Exactly.
That's kind of more of our thing. We're pretty and we sound good. So
I've only got two other things that except for I didn't really. I was gonna ask you to prepare a game show theme for Do They Deserve to Die?
I might have something. Let me go to my imaging file.
Well, it's not that important. I have two other things to get into. You want to talk? You want to talk about 5 things that I like about Joe Biden, or do you want to talk about how I can't jerk off in the bathtub?
As much as I want to hear about you not being able to jerk off in the bathtub, I think the Biden stuff is a little more timely. The bathtub jacking will keep.
I got you. Okay. All right. So and really, what it,
right.
All this death, we especially in 2020, we've really experienced a lot of loss and a lot of death.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to just kind of get used to it. You got to roll with the punches. So as a coping mechanism, I wrote down. I was like, I'm going to write down 5 things that I like.
Positive things.
Positive things that I like about Joe Biden. Ready?
Let's go.
All right. Number 5. He is not Hillary Clinton.
That's right.
That's right.
That is absolutely correct. And to prove that that's absolutely correct, I will play.
I've seen Joe Biden.
The correcting.
I've seen Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton in the same room.
I too have seen them in the same camera shot.
He adopted a dog. He owns 2 dogs, but just recently adopted a dog from the Delaware Humane Society. That speaks to me. If you remember the pilot, that's right. That's right.
Another correct thing. Actually, I believe I don't know if the first dog is adopted, but they did adopt the second dog in an effort to help keep the older dog, vibrant.
Spry. absolutely.
Right. Gives him a little something to do.
Right. Yeah. And dude, the Champ is the new dog.
Champ is the new one, and Major is
Major's
was the existing dog.
And Champ is a fucking. You can look in his eyes and say he's a moron. So
That-
he's got like Joe Biden has to have patience with his dog.
Has to. You can tell. He's a gorgeous dog, but you can tell he's hell on wheels.
It's in his eyes. He's got the blue eye and it's just empty.
It's 110 pounds of dirt.
Yeah, pretty much. So number 3 of the 5 things that I like about Joe Biden. Number 3 is he is not Hillary Clinton.
That is correct. He is not Hillary Clinton.
He's not Hillary Clinton. The second thing, number 2.
We're counting backwards now.
Yeah,
we're at 5, 4, 3.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I did it.
Okay. So number 2.
Right, number 2. He says and does incredibly racist things and gets away with it.
That's true. That is true.
And I'm not making it. I'm not making these things up.
No.
There's no comedy here.
When you're 77 years old, there's some things that people will just look at you and say, "Well, he's from a different time."
Right. Except unless you're 74. Nobody likes. So the number 1 thing, we're at the bottom of the list now. The number 1 thing that I like about Joe Biden. He is not Hillary Clinton.
That is correct. He is not, in fact, Hillary Clinton.
Not, in fact, Hillary Clinton. And I'm going to make a statement here about, so the way I look at this is if you can believe that, the Russian dossier and the General Flynn thing were fabrications or exaggerations, then you could look at some of the things that people have been saying about Joe Biden and think those are exaggerations, and those, or they could at least be exaggerated. And hopefully, we'll have a solid leader. Like, I hope to God that we don't have a malfeasant dementia patient in the White House.
Correct.
Yes. So that's where we are with that. But those are the five things I like about Biden. But my favorite part about Joe Biden is that he's not Hillary Clinton. And I went into my son and I read him this list. My son he's a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, so of course he is a raging communist. And hard ass left of Marx. He said it himself.
Wow.
And I was like, and I went and he's like, God damn right. He's not, so that's, I think, you know what, to me, Trump did his job.
Yeah. You don't have to like him, but at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that whether you like somebody or not, you should be adult enough and fair enough to be able to, without prejudice, look at their accomplishments and say, okay, yeah, he did a thing and that was a good thing, and that thing over there, that was a good thing too. I may not agree with this one and this one, but those other 2 things were okay. Because if you can't, at the end of the day, if you can't do that, you're probably not a very good person to begin with. You really need to learn to get up on that microphone and be sexy.
Probably. And right now it seems like, I'm hearing from one side that Pennsylvania's rescinding Biden's win, and 24,000 dead people voted. And one side, and on the other side, I'm hearing none of that's true, but Trump's refusing to leave the White House.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to leave yet. They haven't. We actually
Yeah.
haven't counted the votes yet. I mean, I
And-
know that.
And his job isn't over until the 20th of January.
Right,
Doesn't
right. I mean,
doesn't matter how you slice it. He's on until January 20 at noon.
I mean, he's a lame duck at this point. But
Probably.
can we just get past the goofy shit? Let everybody let's figure this out. You know, I'm sure that
Do the recount, spot check the votes, figure out if there's dead people. I just want it to be over.
Well, you know what? Now that we're almost at the end, and I should have read this commercial somewhere in the beginning. Let me tell you about tealess honey. Do you want to have soft, smooth skins? Fuck you. Let me tell you about tealess honey. You want to have soft, smooth skin? Of course you do. But you want to use ingredients that are all natural and that you can pronounce. Well, there's tealess honey. All natural, artisan made, with scents good for the fellas and the ladies. Go to tealesshoney.com and tell them Matty sent you for a fun surprise. Let's do that.
That's a pretty good live read.
Tealess Honey, TELASHONEY.
Okay. Is that where I should expect the first cease and desist letter to come from?
I've asked permission.
Okay.
I've also asked the owner of this company to give me a copy, which they have not. I wrote my own.
Okay.
But I told her I was doing it, and it's very good products. They're very nice. You know, it's basically like a skin butter, body butter. It's called. That's what body butter.
You mean like to moisturize your ham wallet? No, not so much.
No, I mean, it's safe, ladies. It's safe enough to use anyway. So if you need to moisturize your ham wallet, okay, now we might get a cease and desist letter.
Well, I just noticed. I didn't realize that my hand is actually disappearing. It's keying out as I. That's great. I'm using this every time I do one of these now. I have a meeting with the leftist theater folks tomorrow night. Yeah.
Are they just is it the leftist theater?
No. It's just that
all theater people are leftists?
Not all of them, but pretty much everybody in this group is definitely left of center.
Oh. So was Hitler. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But you got anything?
No, I'm pretty no, I was pretty worn out from making all the fun music stuff.
Yeah, no, we did a good job with that. Oh, you know what? Shit, dude, I wanted to I forgot, I wrote it down.
Go ahead.
So instead of, like, Rush Limbaugh has a stack of stuff.
Uh-huh.
I have a clipboard of shitty notes.
Right.
And so I don't.
Yeah, hashtag me too.
Right. So I'm trying to, like, keep all my notes in one place, but I leave the notebook here. I have another notebook there. I start a new pad. Whatever.
Right.
So my album of the week, my recommendation, if you want to go listen to something fucking awesome.
Okay.
For this week, it is Mr. Bungle, the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo, re-recorded.
Okay.
So if you're a thrash metal enthusiast, I was at a point in my life. Let me be honest with you. I'm a music lover. Love rock and roll. I love all heavy music. I like that. And I don't know. I started to get bored. I started to get like, this isn't. It's the same over and over again.
Sure.
Not a whole lot. And then a buddy of mine on the Facebooks was really like pushing Mr. Bungle, talking about he was so excited about it. So apparently the Mike Patton of Faith No More.
Okay.
Was originally in Mr. Bungle when they recorded this demo. He left, went to Faith No More. Mr. Bungle continued on as experimental rock, but not the real thrashy stuff. Right. So now this is the original members from Mr. Bungle, Mike Patton, Scott Ian of Anthrax fame, and Dave Lombardo. Yeah, Dave Lombardo of Slayer. It's played for the Misfits. So, and when I listened to it, I was, that's another thing I had. Where the fuck is that note? I wanted to talk about field hockey games, but I lost it doesn't matter. Just the fact that I got the words field hockey goons out is I think that's enough mentioning of it.
Okay.
Just like I've already mentioned that I can't jerk off in the cover. I just can't do it. So there's no reason to continue to talk about it.
Okay.
I got the other.
Damn it.
That's funny. And then so you put it in, and then you were holy, really a terrific. Just you're always going, oh, what the fuck? Oh, holy shit! What? That doesn't make sense. Oh wait, with the drum roll or this part or like that quick lead, this little thing, and it was like, is that a whistle? Like what the fuck? It's just it's just an incredible album. Definitely, it's on Spotify. You can stream it, on
cool
basic streaming services. Definitely recommend it.
I'll have to check that out.
That's that was the other thing. That's it.
All right.
We're gonna bring it home.
All right. How are we gonna do? I guess we're just gonna walk out of here this way. Just play us out.
I guess.
Okay.
The Media Virus Podcast.
We're eventually gonna come up with some intro music.
Starring Matty Rockdef.
I had but I was, I kind of wanted to, and I
Professor Mike Litoris. That there's a fancy doctor in word, butt crack. With special appearances by some other dude, that guy, and some chick.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
I've smelled shit, and I don't like it. I mean, I know everything there is to know about my dick.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So anyway,